And let's have no more talk of inquiries or reviews into the housing crisis. The Liberal MP Jason Falinski produced a report called The Australian Dream in 2022. And there have been academic studies by Swinburne University and the Australian Housing and Urban Research Institute, also in 2022, all of which looked at long-term factors in this overwhelming crisis. But we now have premiers, well-intentioned, talking about more high-density inner-city dwellings. But the fact is, Australian families, they've got kids. They prefer to live in standalone homes rather than high-rise apartment blocks. One thing Pauline Hanson talked about was banning foreigners from buying Australian homes. And what she means is, if you're a foreigner and you're not going to live in it, you can't buy it. That would reduce demand and therefore reduce price. Pauline Hanson's also said that foreign students in Australia should not be allowed to buy any type of property. Now, at the moment, a temporary resident can, with government approval, buy one established home to live in while they're in Australia, an established home, plus, get this, as many newly built homes as they like. The established home, though, must be sold within 3 months of leaving Australia. But Pauline Hanson again rightly claimed that the Foreign Investment Review Board doesn't have the resources to check compliance with this requirement. Again, Pauline Hanson is correct. Which brings me to an outstanding piece of writing at the weekend by Vicky Campion, which pulled all of these arguments together. She argued that Treasury data has demonstrated that Chinese buyers are snapping up $7.8 million in Australian property a day. $7.8 million a day. And she made the very valid point, quote, didn't people die defending this country so that other people in another country could keep a foreign piggy bank in an empty residence that should be a roof over someone else's head? She said vacant apartments have become a dark warehouse of foreign wealth. Foreigners just buying the stuff up. The more people who queue up, the higher the price. I made the point, Pauline Hanson's made the point, and now Vicky Campion makes the point before the critics come out of the woodwork, namely that other countries are also realising they need to take action to protect their citizens. Again, Vicky Campion, and I quote, Singapore has doubled stamp duty on foreign home buyers to 60% so that Singapore's people can afford to buy a roof over their heads. She says even progressive, politically correct Canada is stamping out overseas investors, which left the country navigating wildly expensive, underused and vacant housing, unquote. Now, there's surely not an Australian who believes that homes should be left vacant while thousands of our fellow Australians are either homeless or paying high rentals. At the very least, such owners should be required to pay a substantial fee to encourage or indeed force them to make the home available to Australia